Our officials, Jeffrey Anderson, Bart Lennox, and Brett Smith. The night session in Providence. And here we go on CBS.
Both these teams have been much better defensively than offensively. A lot of man-to-man defense and a lot of athletes out here.
Here is Dickinson, defended by Adu. Dickinson comes up short on the turnaround.
And Kansas plays a lot through Dickinson. Interesting, probably won't be doubled by Arkansas.
Donnell Davis, the transfer from Florida Atlantic. Great feed to Carter Knox. Knox, the freshman McDonald's All-American from Tampa, Florida.
You know, all these guys have played better the last 15 games. They played without Boogie Flan, who was probably one of their best players through much of the year.
Dickinson lost it, but it will stay with the Jayhawks.
You're going to see on that dribble handoff, Harris gets lost on the back cut.
13 to shoot for Kansas. Lost to Arizona in the Big 12 quarterfinals last week. Dickinson capable from the outside and hits his first.
I mean, that's something that he does. That's his 16th of the season. He can shoot that three.
But 7 of the 16 have now come in the last 3+ games. So he's heating up from the outside. Wide open is Trevin Brazil, and the answer for Arkansas.
There's another guy that's heating up. He's 11 for 20 in his last 4 games from the three-point line at 6'10".
Dickinson almost lost it. Wasn't ready for the pass. Now DeJuan Harris, a three. And Adu could not grab the rebound out of bounds to Kansas. Adu is starting because Zvonimir Ivisic is coming off the bench. Adu's been playing well in the absence of Adu Thero, who is not available again tonight because of the left knee injury.
Yeah, Ivisic, last 3 games, 10 points total.
Let's check in with Evan Washburn.
Well, Andrew Lapp brought it up. Boogie Flan back available tonight. It's been out since mid-December with a right thumb injury on his shooting hand. Required surgery. They feared they might have lost him for the season. Was in a splint for 6 weeks, but started working out about 2 weeks ago. Spoke to him yesterday. First surgery of his life. Patience was the biggest hurdle. As for his role tonight, Cal told us 10 to 15 minutes is the plan, but if he's going, he'll keep going.
Yeah, let him go is what he said, as Wagner with the reverse lay-in.
Right now, Arkansas getting to the basket pretty easily, and Kansas also, they're both 2 of the best shot blocking teams in the country.
Dickinson looking for 3 more, not this time, and the rebound to Davis.
And Arkansas wants to push it up all the time.
Davis nearly turned it over. Adu misses. That's the first Arkansas miss tonight. Harris flies the other way. Missed it. Arkansas has won 5 of its last 7. They were knocked out in the second round of the SEC tournament at the buzzer against Ole Miss. Adu with the left hand was looking for a foul, and Bill Self is not happy and calls a timeout. Arkansas off to a flying start in Rhode Island.
And right now we have Arkansas. 4 different guys have scored their 8 points, and 3 different guys have their 3 assists, and they've got 6 points in the paint already.
And during that timeout, we were watching Bill Self. He was very angry in his huddle, getting after his team with the early timeout, less than 3 minutes in. Tough pass there by Zeke Mayo. Dickinson recovers. Into the corner it goes for Rylan Griffin. He's one guy who's been in a slump, and they need him to get going.
They need Rylan Griffin. They need David Coit, who comes off the bench, and they need DeJuan Harris, who's been inconsistent from the three-point line, but shot it decently in the Big 12 tournament.
Last 4 games, Griffin is 3 for 22, and he misses his first shot tonight. Shot clock down to 5. Adu, that's a 2. Arkansas has been going inside early before that last long two by Adu. 6-0 in the paint for the Razorbacks. KJ Adams sends it out. Mayo extra pass in the corner. Griffin steps in to take the two and misses again. Dickinson's follow not there, and Wagner races ahead.
And this Arkansas team flies up the floor. That's
Wagner and one.
And Bill Self, he's upset with Ryland Griffin because he thought he short-armed that shot. But one thing about Wagner, this kid can bust it up the floor. And one, Arkansas coming out strong.
Back in Providence with a look at our tournament summary. Earlier today here in Providence, McNeese beat Clemson. First ever tournament win for the Cowboys. That dropped the ACC to 1-2 in the tournament. And two SEC teams have already been knocked out in Georgia and Texas. But Arkansas off to a good start against Kansas tonight.
And you know, one of the problems is you have a Kansas team that averages 37 points in the paint, number 32 in the nation. They don't have a point in the paint yet in this game.
8-0 in favor of the Razorbacks, with DJ Wagner trying to finish off a three-point play. Transfer from Kentucky followed Calipari to Arkansas. Wagner's already got 5 points. Last year with Kentucky in the first round of the NCAA tournament, a loss against Oakland. He was 0 for 5 in 17 minutes and said that performance was motivating here for this one today. As Wagner is off to a good start, but Adams is on the board.
Yeah, KJ Adams, he likes that little floater in the lane. He won't shoot anything on the perimeter, but inside there he can do some damage. Good cut by Wagner.
And he is fouled.
Here's KJ Adams. You're going to see him little pick and roll. He's able to make the floater.
And that's a big foul on DeJuan Harris, who comes out of the game with 2 and still 15:26 to go in the first half. See how Bill Self handles that the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's a big one because he's the all-time, he's the active assist leader in the country.
Adu jumper. Offensive rebound, Brazil, but he was out of bounds. You can watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Download now.
Well, David Coit's going to have a lot to do in this game, but I'm going to guess DeJuan Harris will be back in at some point here in the first half.
Harris has assists on all 3 Kansas field goals so far. Sitting on the bench with Coit into the game. Dickinson draws the double, and that's what he does. Griffin still can't get it going, but Dickinson cleans it up.
He's a great passer to the opposite side, which is what you want to do. And KJ Adams had a great screen in the corner, couldn't knock out the 3.
And that's what John Calipari told us yesterday. When you asked him if he would double Dickinson, he said he's dangerous with that pass over players as Adu hits.
Because he's so big and he has such a good feel for the game, he's a hard guy to double at 7'2".
Mayo, a 3.
This guy can really shoot it. One of the best shooters in the country. You got to get to him quick.
41% from deep on the season.
He's made at least 5 threes in 10 games this season. That's an unbelievable number.
And a turnover. Mayo up ahead of the pack. Mayo lays it in. Tied at 14. 9-2 run for Kansas. Brazil misses. Adu scoops it up.
And I tell you, they were lucky. KJ Adams was lucky there. Brazil was wide open, and he's been on fire lately.
Boogie Fland is at the scorer's table, set to check in as Coit misses. And the rebound to Arkansas. Razorbacks entered, winning 5 of their last 7. Wagner, no good, and Mayo the rebound.
He's a little inconsistent from out there, not a great shot.
Adams all the way, and he draws the foul. And now for the first time since January 18th, Boogie Fland will enter for Arkansas. Evan told you about the procedure on his right thumb. And John Calipari said this all week, but he loved about Fland when he went to him and said, "Do you think you'll be back for the tournament?" He said he told Coach Cal, "I don't want to mess things up. We have a good chemistry going right now. I just want to fit in." Now we're about to find out how he fits in.
He was averaging 15 a game, shooting at 37% from three, and a 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. Pretty good.
You can get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. A big hand from the Arkansas fans for Fland, the freshman from the Bronx. Ivisic also checks in for Arkansas along with the freshman Billy Richmond. So it's Wagner that brings the ball up. He took over as the point guard when Fland went down. Wagner to the corner to Richmond, the lefty for three. No good, and the rebound grabbed by another freshman, Flory Bedunga.
He's only made 2 threes all year, Richmond. Not what he does. Whoa.
And a bad turnover there by Kansas. That's their first. Bill Self, his 26th NCAA tournament appearance. And his worst seed, a 7 seed in the West. His worst seed at Kansas. Prior stop at Tulsa. Here's Brazil for three. It won't go. Tipped around and grabbed by Coit. Mayo, the dangerous three-point shooter.
Pretty good job by Arkansas getting back in transition. Both these teams are looking to bust it up the floor.
Adams jumper. And a whistle and a foul on Arkansas as Bedunga was fouled going for the rebound. Takes us to a timeout in an entertaining first half in Providence. Arkansas up by 1. Back with a look at our game summary. And Arkansas started 6 of 9 from the floor. Since then, they're 1 for 5. Kansas down by 1 a moment ago. Evan with Bill Self.
Coach, what's the best version of defense against what they're doing offensively?
Keep the ball in front of us. I think that's probably the best version. Yeah, they've gotten where they wanted to go so far. We got off to a terrible start, but last few possessions been a little bit better.
How do you handle Harris with the 2 fouls here in the remainder of the first half?
I don't know. We're going to play him. So we actually played pretty well with him out, but he'll come back and play.
Coach, thanks.
All right.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Arkansas was running by them the first 5 minutes of the game and done a much better job of getting back and containing them, because in the beginning they were scoring in the paint at will.
So Harris with 2 fouls, but Brazil just picked up his second for Arkansas, and he's on the bench now. And a foul inside. A.J. Storr will go to the free throw line as Ivisic picks up the foul.
Yeah, I mean, he just has to wall up here. As big as he is, he puts his arms down. He's just got to get his arms straight up in the air as big as he is. Not a good foul.
You can watch whip-around coverage of all men's games with Fast Break presented by AT&T in the March Madness Live app. So Storr, who began his career at St. John's, then went to Wisconsin last year before transferring to Kansas, has a chance to face his former team if Kansas wins this one in St. John's, beats Omaha in the nightcap.
And here's a kid that was second team All Big Ten last year, really struggled this year for the most part.
Averaging less than 6 points per game. Fland's shot won't go. Good defense by Arkansas to get out on Mayo when he has the ball. Again, Richmond's way out there. Mayo will shoot it anyway.
Yeah, this is a guy, as I said, he can make 5 threes in a game in a minute. You've got to be out there with those hands up early.
His second triple. He now has 87 threes on the year. Ivisic, size advantage, but sends it out to Wagner. Flan slips, 10 to shoot.
You know, you can see Flan's just trying to find his way around out there.
Wagner, it's good. Arkansas had missed its last 5 3-pointers before Wagner pops it in.
And DJ Wagner's only been 31% from 3. He's already playing, Andrew, a heck of a lot better than he played last year, as you said.
Oh, Badunga! Cowabunga! A big-time jam for the freshman.
No, he's going to be a really good player. I mean, he's a McDonald's All-American, this guy. He's going to be the next guy. When Dickinson's gone, he'll be the guy. He's different, but he's so athletic.
Midway point of the first half. Entertaining one to start
cut by
night, and Flan draws the foul. Let's go back to the jam by Flory Badunga.
Yeah, Badunga here, that he rolls quickly and gets there before Ivisic. He's got to do a better job of getting there quicker. That's all over him.
Do people still have posters, or they don't?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard him talked about in a long time, but
I haven't. That would have been one.
That was definitely in that category.
Flan, an 83% free throw shooter before he went out with the injury.
You know, I'm watching Flan run up and down because I've never seen him live. I'll tell you what, he glides. This kid glides.
Speaking of injuries, you just saw Shaquille Moore on the floor for Kansas. This is his first game since February 18th. He missed the last 7 with a foot injury.
And he can help, especially on the defensive end.
Kansas started 2 for 9. Since then, they've made 6 of their last 9. Storr, that's a 3. It's good for A.J. Storr.
Yeah, that's a big shot. They went under the screen there. I mean, they tested it because he hasn't shot it well, but he made him pay on that one.
Only 27% on the season, but we know from his previous stops, a very good outside shooter. Adu running floater is good. Adu made the Elite 8 a year ago with Tennessee. He's got 8 points here in the first half.
It got a disappointing year until like the last 8 games, and now he's back to the way he was last year at Tennessee.
Badunga again, but misses this time. Dickinson, no, and a foul is called.
Let's go back to that last play. Now you see Wagner, he's going to go underneath here, and here he's going over the top because he's testing Storrs, and they get all caught up on that screen by Dickinson, and he's able to knock out the 3.
Foul was on Ivisic, his second. Dickinson jumper. He's got such a nice touch. Dickinson with 9 points and 5 rebounds already.
I'll tell you what, Andrew, this is a big-time game right now.
I'm with you. And I'm glad I'm next to you.
As we have been for a while. Great pass.
Wow, Adu again.
Boogie Flan, that little drop pass to Adu on the roll.
Adu averages 6 points per game. He's been on a tear so far.
Him and Brazil are way different than they were a month ago.
Here's more. Rejected. Adu tried to save it from going out. He could not.
That was a really good wall up there to start out with by Knox. And then right here, whoa. Flan took one in the chops on that one.
Meanwhile, DeJuan Harris is back on the floor, as Bill Self told Evan he's going to play him with the 2 fouls, and here he is with 8:15 to go.
I mean, he's a really experienced guy. If anybody could play with 2, it's him.
Moore trying to sneak through the defense, and he turns it over. Look at Wagner. race up ahead.
He's got jets too, by the way.
No good. Richmond, the follow not there. Dickinson grabs it. Harris to Badunga, a little too ambitious there, and now numbers the other way. Fland somehow to Richmond. Missed it. Oh, went off Dickinson's hand to Richmond. Now 5-on-4 for Kansas. Harris fakes it. Badunga on the block. Badunga. Good defense by Adu.
Yeah, Adu just put his arm straight up there.
Knox right at Moore. And offensive foul.
Well, we got something good going on here. Knox bowls him over. Moore does a great job there. Got a good one here.
Welcome back. Well, Coach, in this style of game, what's going to create some separation, you think?
Got to make some threes. We do. And any of these loose balls that leading to baskets, we're going to have to come up with them. It's two teams going at it one another. That's what the NCAA tournament's about.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Well, there's no doubt these are two teams that are going at it, but a big part of this, as we showed up on that graphic, 16-9, Arkansas is getting out rebounded. They got to start to tighten that part of their game up.
7.5 to go in the first. The winner advances to face either St. John's or Omaha on Saturday. Mayo, nice feed for Dickinson, and he is fouled. Adu's been doing a great job defensively, but that time Dickinson was able to draw contact.
Well, they threw it over the top. They were fronting Dickinson on that. They threw it over the top. There was no help on the weak side to try and take that pass away, and he's just so big. He's got tremendous hands. It's a heck of a target, I can tell you that.
First foul on Adu. It's now or never in the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. Stream every match live, including the showdown between Arsenal and defending champs Real Madrid. It begins Tuesday, April 8th, exclusively on Paramount+. Kansas up by 3.
And Arkansas playing a small team, even though Ivisic is coming in back with the 2 fouls. He's keeping Brazil out.
Davis knocks it out and ties it at 28.
You know, the transfer from FAU struggled the first half of the year, but lately, he's another guy who's been playing much better.
His team leading 50th three-pointer of the year, and Ivisic just sat down.
I told you, I've done that before.
Yeah.
I think he was coming in for Davis.
Dickinson no good, and the rebound to Knox.
You know, they're playing with a small team now. It gives them a lot of spacing.
Knox is fouled. Bill Self doesn't like that call. The freshman Carter Knox gets the call against KJ Adams.
Did he call it on the ground? No, he's calling it as a shot.
2 shots for Knox. Knox's older brother, Kevin, played for John Calipari at Kentucky, was the 9th pick in the 2018 draft by the Knicks.
Left after his freshman year, I believe.
Dad Kevin played football at Florida State and with the Arizona Cardinals in the NFL. And now Carter Knox playing for Cal at Arkansas. Harris.
Better get over that.
Ayo for 3.
No, I'm telling you, this guy here, you give him a half an inch and he's making you pay for it.
He's got 11 points. 3 threes for Zeke Mayo. Richmond turns it over. Good defense by KJ Adams. Storr is fouled, going baseline. Richmond called for the foul.
Take a look at this 3 by Mayo. DJ Wagner is dead right now. You're going to see he goes that way for a little bit, and he's not able to get over the top of this screen. And what happens is he is too late and off that handoff, and Mayo is going to make you pay.
Mayo with 11. 11. Dickinson with 11. The rest of the Jayhawks have combined for 9. Make it 10 after the free throw by A.J. Storr.
How about this kid? He's from Lawrence, Kansas, Zeke Mayo. He went to South Dakota State. He obviously grew up right in next to the Fog Field House, Fog Allen, and here he is.
He said it was a dream come true to play for his hometown Jayhawks. Richmond comes out, Boogie Fland back on the floor. It's an 8-man rotation for John Calipari. It's been 7 the last several games.
And it's like Bill Self. He's 9. It's been 8 for the last few games. Great pass.
Adu in the paint. No, he follows his own miss. He's a guy that's been through it before with Tennessee the last 3 years. No stranger to the big stage.
That's KJ Adams down low. Great position that time. They love to high-low. One of the best. Bill Self's one of the best coaches to high-low.
Davis defended by Mayo. Adu gives it back to Davis for the jumper. It's good. This is another guy with tournament experience going to the Final Four with Florida Atlantic in 2023.
It's amazing how the game has changed. When I was coaching, nobody dribbled handoffs. Now, every team dribble handoffs like 50 times a game.
Why?
Because they have realized that it's as hard to guard as a pick and roll. You know what I mean? So in the old days, Bob Knight always felt like, I don't want to bring another defender to the ball. That's why people kept spacing. Now it's about, if we can cut the corner and use that guy as a screen, it's very hard to defend that. And it is.
Knox just picked up his second foul. So Knox, Brazil, and Ivisic all have 2 fouls apiece for Arkansas. From tip-off to the final buzzer, fan work is thirsty work. Refresh with Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever?
And, you know, I was studying Bob Knight a lot because I wanted to run a motion offense. He didn't believe in pick and rolls. He didn't believe in dribble handoffs. He never wanted 2 defenders near the ball. He wanted space. And now the game is completely different. Everybody's pick and rolling, and everybody's dribble handoffs.
There's a lot of things about the game that are completely different these days.
What are you trying to say?
No.
You trying to say something?
Not you.
I don't know.
No, not looking at you. There's a look at the foul trouble. 4 players with 2 fouls apiece. Davis, catch and shoot 3 is short. Trying to follow his shot. It gets it back. Good hustle by Janelle Davis. Fland flies in and lays it in.
I think he's going to play more than 15 minutes. I'm making a prediction right now. Bold? Is that a bold prediction?
Yeah.
Probably not.
A hot take. Badunga. Not close. Kansas had scored on its last 4 trips until that miss by the freshman. Wagner leaves it for Richmond. Now Davis left alone. Passes on the 3 with 4 minutes to play. Wagner fighting his way. For 2.
I was going to say, boy, KJ Adams is doing a heck of a job staying with Wagner, and Wagner ends up finishing that. That was a heck of a shot.
Storr for 3. The old A.J. Storr has showed up in Providence. Our 7th lead change today. No lead larger than 7. What a first half this has been.
2 teams that love to run, that really are better defensively than offensively, but not tonight.
And I don't see an empty seat in the stands. This place is rocking. Adu with the left hand. Adu's got 14 points in the first half.
I was shocked when I saw his stats. He was averaging like 7 a game. I'm like, what happened to this guy? Well, I see what he's doing now.
He was waiting for you.
Yeah.
Mayo coughs it up. Fland splits the D. Rejected by Storr. And last touch by Fland. Wow.
Calipari not happy. He thinks there was a foul there. I don't know. Jeff Anderson was all over it.
Another look. Wow. What a game.
Oh, that's
what
a
a
block.
game.
Got him on the body.
A lot of St. John's fans already in the house, getting ready for the Johnnies to take on Omaha. 9:45 Eastern time here on CBS. With our producer Jonathan Siegel, our director Andy Goldberg, statistician Ethan Cooperson, our entire crew. We thank you for joining us for what's been a phenomenal game here in Providence so far. Tied at 40. Tough pass and a turnover.
What a great job by Boogie Fland at 6'2". He goes in there. He saw that coming. It was going to Badunga, and he did a great job of kind of boxing him so he couldn't get to that pass. Really good defense.
Davis for three. It's good. John L. Davis with his second triple.
Last 14 games, averaging 15 a game. The beginning of the season, struggled.
Harris extra pass, Storr feeling it. No, Adams the offensive rebound.
Too big for John.
They do the rejection. Arkansas has scored on its last 6 trips. Adu can't make it 7 in a row. Harris a quiet first half, playing with the 2 fouls. Mayo driving in, draws the foul.
Adu coming over to help.
Remember in the last game here, Clemson had 13 points at the half. We've had 83 points here in the first half. Adu has outscored Clemson in the first half today.
It was like 51-31 with 10 minutes to go in the game, I think.
Yeah. Stream CBS Sports HQ, your free 24/7 snapshot of all the sports that matter to you. Catch highlights, in-depth analysis, and breaking news anywhere you are. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today.
Just check. You think Will Wade cares what it was?
No. Will Wade is feeling good. McNeese and Purdue in the second round here on Saturday.
Purdue's going to have their hands full with those guys, and I know Matt Painter knows it. Great position by Adu.
Over Dickinson, yes. Adu's got 16.
That's what you call a duck in. He ducks into the middle of the lane, gets exactly where he wants.
Dickinson travels.
Take a look at this last one here. Look at Jonas Adu. Oh, how deep is he? I mean, he's got 2 feet in the middle of the paint. Can't let somebody duck in that deep.
Adu has made 7 of his last 9 from the floor. 22-10 points in the paint in favor of Arkansas.
He's working to get open, and his teammates are finding him. He's an easy target.
Wagner with 10 to shoot, finds an open spot and hits.
How good has this kid been in this game? And last year, it was probably the lowest part of his basketball life what happened against Oakland. He is playing unbelievable tonight.
A dozen in the first half. Storr, separation, yes. Arkansas does have a timeout if John Calipari wants to use it.
You know why both these teams are playing like this, Andrew? These are 2 NCAA experienced teams. These guys have been here and done this before.
Wagner, the lob, not home. Ooh, Richmond hit the deck hard. And Richmond is still down.
Yeah, I mean, coming down from where he was up in the air, that's a long way to go.
Trainer Matt Townsend was about to come out for Arkansas, but now Richmond's up and Townsend will stay put on the Arkansas bench. John Calipari's trying to call a timeout. And he's got it with 5.1 to go. Richmond grimacing as he makes his way back to the Arkansas bench. 5.1 to go. And Lap, Kansas only has 5 team fouls. They have a foul to give here with 5 seconds left.
You know, it depends on who's going to give it. I wouldn't obviously have one of my starters giving it. If you want to have somebody off the bench like Coit give it, okay. But I wouldn't just do it for the heck of it. And that's obviously a common foul there. There's nothing there from a flagrant standpoint. KJ Adams went up to get the ball.
Gene Steratore with us. Gene, what do you see here?
Yeah, I'm with Lap on it. You know, he's playing basketball. They're both way up in the air. It's a hard fall, but I think it's all just a straight basketball play. Hope the young man's okay, though, because he falls really hard.
Common foul.
Yeah, we do too, Gene. Thank you very much. You heard Jeffrey Anderson there say common foul.
I'm feeling better now. I agreed with Gene. We agreed on that.
Glad peace is being brokered here between the two of you. Adu. And Dickinson fouls, and that's what you didn't like.
I didn't want exactly. If Coit's gonna foul, okay. If Shaquille Moore's gonna foul, okay. Dickinson, he may need that one later.
Yeah, that was his first.
I keep 5 for the second half. You know, he's a guy you want to play the whole game.
Rakese Passmore checks in, and so does Rylan Griffin with 2.8 seconds on the clock. Here's Fland. Slips. Fland for 3 at the horn. No good. But what a first half that was. Arkansas up by 3 at the break.
Yeah, that was some high-level basketball. And the reason is you got 2 experienced NCAA teams. Nobody out there that's playing tentative because of where they are.
DJ Wagner with a dozen. He's with Evan Washburn.
DJ, how have you guys been so efficient offensively in this first half?
Really just playing with confidence, just going out there, executing the plays, and really relying on each other.
In these type of games, what's going to be the difference in the second half?
Really getting stops. We need to get some more stops. You know, we can't keep going back and forth, scoring back and forth. So really, it all comes down to defense at the end.
Thanks for taking the time.
Appreciate you.
Arkansas shoots 54% in the first half and only turned the ball over 3 times. That's the end of the first half. Coming up, we'll send you to AT&T at the half. After these messages, you're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. The Hogs of a family-owned and operated Wild Harmony Farm here in Exeter, Rhode Island. And the Arkansas Hogs up by 3 at the half. As you see our GMC first half stats, what a first half it was. 91 total points. The highest scoring first half in any NCAA tournament game so far. Back with Steve Lapis, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll hear from Evan Washburn in a moment. That was something. What do we have in store for an encore?
Well, hopefully they can keep up this kind of pace. The transition was unbelievable. Both teams do like to push it. Hopefully they'll keep that pace up. But nobody's turning it over a lot. Arkansas 3 turnovers, Kansas 6. And think about it. As fast as that game was, even the 6 turnovers at Kansas, it's not a lot of turnovers when you consider how fast and how many possessions were in that first half.
Wagner played the entire first half. Adu only rested 66 seconds. And Adu's got the ball here. Defended by Dickinson. Adu picking up where he left off.
Boy, this guy is having a big-time game.
18 for Jonas Adu. His season high is 21.
And the thing about it is he's scoring in the paint and he's scoring on those little mid-range things outside the paint too.
Harris got caught, turns it over, the 7th for the Jayhawks as we check in with Evan.
Yeah, and in my conversation with Bill Self, that was priority number one, limiting Jonas Adu. And guys, they want to try and force him away from finishing with his left hand, dipping his right shoulder. He can go both right and left inside. Offensively, the priority, still play through Hunter Dickinson inside. He was effective in that first half. They don't want to get away from it here in the second, even with this pace.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. They have to go through Hunter Dickinson. They're at their best when he's touching the ball. And there's Knox with a nice drive to the basket there. And I was going to say, Bill Self had to be happy with that first shot that Adu took. It was a fadeaway jumper. What are you going to do? He made a heck of a shot. But here you got Knox going to the basket. KJ Adams just waves at him going through. You got to move your feet, like right there, number 24, KJ Adams. You got to give much better help than that.
And the foul on Adams, his 3rd early here in the second half as Knox misses the free throw.
And there was no reason for him to get a foul there. If he just moves his feet, he can get in the way there, and he's got to pull up.
Arkansas with 21 field goals and just 3 turnovers.
Great back cut.
Adams couldn't get it to him.
And Adams is a very good passer.
Here's Dickinson, defended by Adu.
No double.
Dickinson, no.
I'll tell you, Wagner is a jet.
He's playing determined tonight.
Deep. Not like that one.
Mayo had 11 in the first half. Here's Harris splitting the D off glass. No, but tipped out to Adams. 2 minutes into the second half. Seven to shoot. Griffin over to Dickinson, wide open. Misses the 3 and the rebound to Wagner.
I think they need to play through Dickinson, but when he's on the box.
Davis, quick 3.
Oh.
It's good. Timeout, Bill Self. 7-0 run for Arkansas to open up the second half.
Arkansas have 10 on the Jayhawks, but Jonas Adu, what he has done in this game, he's watched the pick at the hand, dribble handoff, he rolls to the basket, they hit him. Now you're going to see a pick and roll. That's why the pick and roll and the dribble handoff has the same effect, really. He's doing a great job. He's not only finishing right at the basket, but he's finishing 12-footers, 14-footers, outside the lane. He has done a little bit of everything in this game.
Largest lead of the night for Arkansas. See where Kansas turns. Dickinson has taken 11 shots as Mayo is rejected. No other Jayhawk has taken more than 4.
I think they've got to get Zeke Mayo some looks. Now, obviously, John Calipari has talked to his guys long and hard. There's a nice block there by Brazil. He's talked to his guys long and hard about getting to him, and they have so far.
Harris a 3. Air ball.
Yeah, he's been really up and down shooting the 3 this year. And not having the kind of year he's had in the past.
He's 0 for 4 tonight. Good defense inside, but a foul is called. It'll go on Dickinson, his 2nd. In the first half, Dickinson went over 2,800 career points, which is the most among active players. 3 years at Michigan, 2nd at Kansas, with now Brazil at the line.
And he's also got himself over 1,400 rebounds.
New this Wednesday, in 48 seasons of Survivor, there's never been an episode this powerful. Be there for this new must-see episode of Survivor, CBS Wednesday at 8/7 Central.
I think this is a possession where they got to get the big guy down on the block and play through him down there.
Kansas is 0 for 5 this half. Griffin driving, and he is fouled on the drive. That'll go on Knox, his 3rd, and John Calipari is going to go to his bench. Billy Richmond will check in. Knox comes out with 3 fouls. First time Calipari is a double-digit seed in the NCAA tournament. 24th trip to the tournament, first time double-digit. He said he likes playing the role of underdog. Hasn't been the underdog many times in his career. Good steal by Brazil.
I tell you, they have been all over Zeke Mayo. He tried to take a couple of shots there and he couldn't.
Brazil, no good. Here's Mayo, wide open. John Calipari's hot.
They got out in transition that time, and nobody saw the most dangerous guy behind the three-point line, Zeke Mayo.
First points of the half for the Jayhawks. Mayo with 16 tonight. Adu doesn't get the bounce here. Harris trying to use the screen of Dickinson. Looking for help. Wagner out on Mayo this time. Mayo had it poked away, dribbled it off his foot out of bounds. It'll be Arkansas basketball when we come back. Jayhawks trying to get going in this battle of Hall of Fame coaches. Bill Self going toe-to-toe with John Calipari. Rick Pitino has arrived here in Providence. Coming up on CBS, St. John's, the 2 seed in the West, will take on Omaha. You look at coaches in this year's tournament field. Rick Pitino, the first to take 6 different schools to the NCAA tournament. John Calipari doing it with his 4th different school. Won the national title with Kentucky in 2012. As Steve Lapis mentioned earlier, John Calipari and Bill Self each tied for 5th all-time with exactly 57 NCAA tournament victories. Arkansas without a turnover in the last 10.5 minutes. Done a wonderful job tonight of taking care of the basketball. Richmond, Adu. Not this time, and Dickinson with the rebound, but his pass is picked off by Davis, who quickly launches a 3. A little too quick, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Brazil tried to save it, but right to Mayo. 2-on-1 the other way. Harris, Adams, yes! Timeout, Arkansas.
Yeah, John Calipari did not like that shot selection at all.
A quick 2 by the Jayhawks in transition. A 6-point game on CBS. Quick Arkansas timeout after John Calipari did not like the shot by John L. Davis. So a 6-point game with 15 minutes to go here in Providence. The Jayhawks have scored the last 5 points in this game. Richmond will shoot that.
He doesn't like that one either.
Richmond tracks it down though, but he stepped out.
I think Cal's like, he made 3 threes all year, and on one pass, just let it go.
Second turnover of the half for the Razorbacks. Nice pass, Harris to Adams. Now Storr. Adams going over Brazil. Brazil got a hand up there. Wagner exploding. Left it for Richmond, who could not make the catch.
All of a sudden, turning the ball over. Had 3 turnovers in the first half.
And already 3 here in the second. 3 in the last 4 trips. Harris tipped up, no good. A battle for it, out of bounds to Arkansas.
Yeah, Boogie Flan did a great job going after that loose ball. Watch how he just runs it right into people.
Scoring drought for the Razorbacks, over 3 minutes. Up and down in the first half. It's been a bit slower and choppier here so far in the second half.
Now they got to get their half-court offense working a little bit.
A combined 13 points here in the second half.
Not really anything happening with their offense in the half-court.
Davis for 3, that's off. Brazil is right there. Nobody boxed him out.
Yeah, that was, they got the kind of shot they wanted Arkansas to take, and then he just follows it up and gets a layup.
Kansas just 2 for 9 here in the second half. Dickinson's pass is deflected. Kansas maintains possession. Harris, runner, finally for Harris, his first field goal tonight.
I tell you, they brought a hard double team at Hunter Dickinson that time. Kansas playing zone. That's not a Bill Self thing for the most part. He does a little bit.
Davis can't shoot through the zone, and the rebound to Harris.
They've played 7 possessions of zone all year.
And Harris hits back-to-back shots to make it a 4-point game.
I think it's a good move because Arkansas now can't go off the dribble like they were.
That was one of the things we were fascinated by in this matchup. The coaches going head-to-head, and Bill Self throwing a curveball out there.
Curveball?
Wait, knuckleball?
Yeah, I mean, there's another, almost a turnover there again.
9-2 run by Kansas after Arkansas had an 8-0 run.
You just don't expect somebody, but that's why he's a great coach. He knew something had to give, so they played 7 possessions of it all year. They're going to try something now.
7 seconds on the shot clock for Arkansas. Wagner comes to get it. Wagner in the lane, over Dickinson, no. Brazil, the offensive rebound again.
That's the problem with the zone. Boxing out, not the same.
Badunga at the scorer's table for Kansas. Harris, too easy. And all of a sudden, DeJuan Harris has come to life. He scored the last 6 for Kansas.
Really easy.
Pace is starting to pick up just a little bit inside 12 minutes to go. Here's Fland, open for 3. No good. Brazil, another offensive rebound.
Yeah, they're not finding people in this zone to box out.
Davis drives in, leaves it for Wagner. Corner 3. And a foul on the rebound. And a little look from Brazil toward Dickinson. And it's starting to heat up a little bit here in Providence. Jayhawks and Razorbacks battling for a spot in the second round. We are back with a look at our game summary. Arkansas leads by 4. In this second half, Hunter Dickinson has yet to score and just picked up his 3rd foul of the game.
Well, Arkansas is number 5 in block shots. They got Brazil and Adu out there. Those guys contest everything inside. Those are 2 6'10", 6'11" guys, making it very hard for Hunter Dickinson to get anything going in there. You see Adu right there all over him and just making things very, very difficult. Hey, when this team went to Brazil and Adu, it changed the dynamic of this Arkansas team. I'm sorry.
Arkansas with 5 blocks tonight. They averaged 5.5, which is 5th best in the country.
Now the question is, can they do something with this zone?
Out of bounds, 8 seconds on the timer.
The zone has accomplished what the main accomplishment was to get them standing around a little bit because they started to really feel loose going to the basket. But they got a rebound out of it.
Adu's got to put one up. He does.
Wow.
And hits.
This guy.
20 points for Jonas Adu tonight. Just the 2nd time this season he's hit 20 points.
I think this is what they were looking for him all year round. He played 31 games. I know he had some injuries early in the year, but 31 games is 31 games. He was struggling.
Harris's pass to Badunga is caught, but Badunga has to pull it out.
They got to find him, Hunter Dickinson. Find him.
He's got it here. Missed it. Over to Evan Washburn.
And guys, in that last Arkansas huddle, the zone was the main topic. Don't want to settle for threes. That was the message from John Calipari. They might run some of their man offense to drive and get some opportunities in the paint despite facing the zone.
Yeah, I mean, that particular set, they had some good movement, got the ball into the lane area, but there's no doubt they have been stagnant against this zone so far.
You look at this Arkansas team. They began SEC play 0-5. And many people had them counted out for the NCAA tournament, especially with all the injuries that they've had. But they finished by winning 9 of their final 15 games, getting in the tournament as a 10 seed. And John Calipari told us at practice yesterday, he has found this year to be so rewarding because of all the injuries, because so many people counted them out. They found a way to get it done, get in the tournament. In his words, they became one heartbeat. And you're seeing them play very cohesively tonight.
Yeah, you know, he looks refreshed in a lot of ways, to be honest with you, too. And I think that has helped with this team.
He said he's lost some weight because he doesn't have as many friends in Fayetteville as he did back in Lexington yet. He's going to have a lot more if they win this game.
Yeah, he looks good. I should have less friends.
I'll be your friend.
Well, let's not eat, that's all.
All right. Wagner looking at the clock. Inside 9:50, Richmond jumper, no.
As long as they keep doing what they're doing on the defensive end, the drought won't completely kill them.
Mayo inside is fouled. Zeke Mayo has been Kansas's best player tonight.
Yeah, he just can't get enough shots.
There's John Calipari's wife, Ellen, on the right. His daughter can't watch. He said that he's been eating less meals out. So Ellen's been cooking, and Calipari says, we're making fish a couple of times.
He sounded shocked.
Yeah, he was.
Fish.
Yeah. Looks good. 66 years old, John Calipari.
I only know him for 40 years.
That's all?
That's all 40. Five-star. Howard Garfinkel.
Yep. A lot of people go back to that. Those were the first free throws of the half for Kansas. Whoa. So, a turnover. No, deflected.
I don't think Wagner thought it was deflected.
I don't think Bill Self thought it was deflected. His face is as red as the Arkansas uniforms. That one is picked off by Harris. Harris trying to finish. Yes.
Yeah, Wagner got very, they get a little lax here with the ball.
One possession game.
Oh, that was a travel.
Yes, Knox, too many steps. And the Jayhawk fans making some noise here in Providence.
I mean, they played just about a perfect first half with 3 turnovers. That is really a lackadaisical pass.
Harris has 8 points in the last 5 minutes. And Arkansas has now turned the ball over 5 times in the last 6 minutes.
They're a different team when he's able to score.
Mayo, nice fake lob. Badunga!
This zone has really stymied them. They're going to have to get the ball into the foul line area. They're not really looking inside at all and to the baseline. You got to flatten this defense out. They're only guarding up top.
Brazil for 3. And that's exactly what Bill Self wants.
Yeah, I mean, they're not a good three-point shooting team. He's got this team shooting threes now instead of driving it.
What's the counter for Calipari?
The counter for Calipari, he's got to get the ball to the baseline because right now they're guarding everybody outside on top and they're not making the zone play the entire court. You got to make them guard the whole half court, and they're not doing that right now.
Arkansas is 1 of 9 from deep here in the second half. Mayo, no good. And the rebound to Fland. DJ Wagner looking at John Calipari. Wagner has not scored here in the second half.
They got to get it to Brazil on the baseline. He's on the baseline, but he's just standing there, and they keep playing catch on the perimeter.
Wagner attacking the paint. Wagner rejected. Flores sends that one to the cheerleaders. And the Jayhawks have risen here in the second half. 7:31 to go. We got a one-point beauty in Providence. Jamie, a fun one. Brazil with the jam.
That was a set play out of the timeout by John Calipari.
And the lead back up to 3 for Arkansas. Adams running in the basket with the right hand, yes. Kansas started this half 2 for 9. Since then, they're 6 for their last 9, including Harris making all 4 of his shot attempts.
No penetration at all.
Shot clock down to 3. Wagner for 3. And a long rebound is grabbed by Adams. Kansas has not led this half. Harris setting up the Kansas offense. Harris dribbles in. Adu's right there. Harris tried to go around him. No, and Brazil the big rebound.
You know, another way to beat that zone is to push the ball to the floor and get there before it sets up. They are not getting any penetration into that zone. You got to throw the ball to the baseline. Get it down there. Now you got a chance to get something going. Make the zone guard the whole area.
Adu's pass is picked off. Harris with the steal. Harris coast to coast. Rejected by Davis, but Storr lays it in. And the Jayhawks have their first lead of the second half.
Great follow by A.J. Storr there.
All this with Dickinson on the bench. It's Badunga in there for the Jayhawks.
Look, there's nothing in the middle. Got lucky on that one. It was a block.
Richmond draws the foul.
That's a great block, but A.J. Storr following it up.
Foul was on Harris. That's his third, and Dickinson comes back in with 5:26 to play. Badunga has provided some big minutes tonight, though, for Kansas. Richmond out and Fland back in.
A little bit of a gamble. I mean, don't get me wrong, Hunter Dickinson is a great player, but they were playing pretty good.
By the way, Boogie Fland has played 23 minutes tonight. So much for that 10 to 15 Calipari hinted at. And another foul against the Jayhawks.
That's what you need to do, though. You can't just stand outside and play catch. Now you got to do something off the dribble, make a dribble split, make things happen.
Six team fouls against Kansas, so Arkansas is shooting the rest of the way. Only 2 for the Razorbacks so far in the second half. Knox, tough shot there, and Dickinson clears. Adams jumper is good, and a fist pump from KJ Adams. He's got 13 points.
And right now, Bill Self moving the game, going to this zone. Got to screen these top guys maybe a little bit too. That's the other thing that can help him get some penetration.
Davis feeds Adu. Storr helping out. Adu no, tipped out of bounds to Kansas.
Yeah, it's all going wrong for Arkansas now in the half court.
Well, Wagner had such a great first half with 12 points, has not scored here in the second half, and you can see the Razorbacks in a 3-minute scoreless drought.
You know, Andrew, there's been hardly any transition in the second half where he really excels, and you play him zone, so there's more standing. He's not a great shooter, and he's not scoring.
Adams, his pass deflected and caught by Wagner. Turnover by Kansas. See if Arkansas can capitalize as we approach 4 minutes to play. Davis a three. No good. Flan the rebound, but taken away. A.J. Storr ripped it away.
It's the same kind of shot every time.
And a reach-in foul is called. John Calipari thought that was a clean steal. And that takes us to our final media timeout. 3:46 to go. Arkansas now down by 3. Set up for a big finish here in Providence. Kansas leads by 3. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining in the possession arrow favors the Jayhawks. This is a Kansas program that has won 17 straight first-round games. They haven't lost in the first round since 2006. They've been in a battle tonight, but Bill Self going to the zone has flipped the switch here in the second half, and now we'll see what comes of the next 3 minutes and 46 seconds.
Arkansas has 17 points in the second half. 17.
Storr, turnaround, jumper, no.
They got to push it. That's one thing. They're walking it up the floor. It's become a half-court game, and that's not where Arkansas excels, especially against this kind of a defense.
And Adu has cooled off, scoreless in the last 7.5 minutes.
Not getting any touches.
Brazil over Dickinson, no, and the rebound to Adams. Lost the ball. Flan to 3. No good, and Storr the rebound, and Adams is hurt.
Stepped on somebody's foot, I think.
Senior from Austin, Texas, gets help from his teammates, and he is hobbling.
Oh, wow.
Take another look at what happened. Yeah, just lost his footing there.
Didn't step on anybody.
And he needs some help going over to the Kansas bench. Senior from Austin, Texas, averaging 9 points and 5 rebounds per game. Tonight he's got 13 points for the Jayhawks, and he's going right into their locker room.
And Bill Self choosing to go with the 2 bigs. Bedunga comes in. They lose, KJ Adams, a really mobile guy for a 4-man. Now they basically have 2 centers in the game.
With 3:10 to go. Dickinson, bad pass. Flan takes it the other way. Boogie lays it in.
Careless pass.
One-point game. Harris lob. Bedunga makes the catch. Adu poked it away.
Great hands by Adu there, but getting Bedunga on the way up. Good pass. That's where you got to get it.
Bedunga got a hand on it, out of bounds. It'll stay with Arkansas.
Great hands by Adu. You see Bedunga flying, and Adu gets his hand on that, takes it away.
Shot clock at 17 for Arkansas.
It might be time for Arkansas to send 4 guys to the offensive glass, too. Maybe that'll help them get a rebound.
Adu is fouled. A reach-in against A.J. Storr, and that's the 7th team foul. So a 1-and-1 for the Razorbacks. It'll be Jonas Adu at the free throw line. His first free throw attempts of the night. He's got 20 points to go along with 5 rebounds. He makes the front end to tie it at 67. He's now matched his season high with 21 points.
And Arkansas only 3 team fouls. They can be very aggressive defensively now. Get your hands in, go for a steal. If you get beat, reach for the ball hard because you only have 3 team fouls in the shoot. Don't let them get something easy going to the basket.
Arkansas regains the lead, our 10th lead change of the night. Dickinson tried to sneak a pass into Mayo, who turns it over.
Really good defense by Boogie Flan that time. He caused that turnover.
3 consecutive trips with a turnover for the Jayhawks.
And they got to reverse the ball. That's
Davis
a good
for
shot.
3. Good! Timeout, Kansas. It's a 7-0 run for Arkansas. And they're going wild in Rhode Island. What a game on CBS.
We got a 4-point game right now, but take a look at this 3-point shot that John L. Davis. Right here, you got Harris over here, and there's nobody even near him. All they do is a simple ball reversal. 1, 2, 3. Baduga can't get out there fast enough, and John L. Davis knocks it down.
It's a 7-0 run for Arkansas, and all 7 points have come off Kansas turnovers. The Calipari family, his daughter can't even watch. A 4-point Arkansas lead. John L. Davis has 14 points and 4 3-pointers this evening.
And I like the move by Bill Self. He went small. He took Badunga out. There was no space when the 2 big guys are out there together. Now he can get the ball to Dickinson with a little more space, and he brings in another shooter.
4 turnovers in the last 90 seconds for Kansas. And we have 90 seconds to go. Storr is fouled.
Wow.
John Calipari does not agree. Second foul on Adu. And that'll be free throws for A.J. Storr.
I want to see, does Kansas stay in the zone now? You know, 1:23 to go. He got a wide open one.
This run that Arkansas has been on has been all with K.J. Adams in the locker room.
That's a great point, Andrew.
1 more free throw for Storr.
Now they brought Badunga back in for defensive purposes. But he's got to get out to the wing a little quicker than he did last time.
2-point game, 1:23 to play.
Yeah, they went man to man. I kind of thought so. Nope. Still zone. Got to move it. 13 seconds. Now, how are you going to get a shot against zone? You're going to go. You can't go 1-on-1. You're going to go 1-on-5.
1 minute to go. Shot clock at 5. Davis goes to the ground. That's a travel and a turnover.
That's not a good possession. You know, you're down to the end of the shot clock. If they're man-to-man, now you know what you're going to do. You're going to go 1-4 low. You're going to go pick and roll. But, you know, at the end of the shot clock gets a zone. What are you going, 1-on-5?
Kansas now 4 minutes without a field goal.
You got to think Dickinson's going to get a touch in the low block. Has to.
There it is, but it's taken away by Davis. And then a foul is called on Dickinson.
Davis, he's a really smart player. He knew it was coming, as we all did, and he was ready.
And that's the 4th foul on Dickinson. Badunga will come back in. Griffin to the bench. Davis, an 83% free throw shooter this year. And he makes the front end of the 1-and-1. Now a big one coming here to make it a 2-possession game.
And I think the big thing is for Cal to make sure his guys know they got 2 fouls to give. You get beat, foul him while he's on the ground.
Makes them both. 4-point game with 44 seconds to go.
Boogie Flan, great defense on him.
Mayo fighting for it, a tie-up, and it will stay with Kansas. That was nearly another turnover as they've gone now close to 4.5 minutes without a field goal.
Boogie Flan is some kind of quick, let me tell you. And I guess he's gone over his minutes.
I think so. Yep. And if they win, I think he'll go over his minutes again on Saturday.
Yes.
Badunga comes out, Griffin in. Kansas still has the 1 timeout remaining.
When's the last time Hunter Dickinson did something in this?
Very quiet, playing with 4 fouls now. Here's Dickinson for 3. No good, and rebound to Brazil.
They got a foul.
Shot clock turned off, there's the foul. You asked where Dickinson has been. He has not scored this half.
That is amazing. Amazing.
1-and-1 for DJ Wagner, an 80% free throw shooter. His first point of the second half.
They got 21.5 seconds, and Arkansas has 2 fouls to give. You don't want to let them roll it. When they cross half court, you should foul them.
And there's the foul that Wagner gives with 19.5 to go. Kansas only has 1 3-pointer here in the second half. Zeke Mayo has been quiet here after halftime.
I think I'd wait a couple of seconds before I foul. I'd let him cross half court. I wouldn't just grab him there. Now I'd foul.
Mayo trying to get open. Over to Griffin for 3. Good! And Bill Self calls his final timeout.
They needed to foul there.
3-point game with 11.9 on the clock. Arkansas up by 3 with 12 seconds to go.
Well, we're going to see the full court pressure now. You have no choice. You have to foul right away. You're down 3. If you get a steal on the inbounds or you force a 5-second, that's one thing. But you have to do it right away. Arkansas has 2 timeouts left. So if they can't get it in, they can call it right away, no problem.
Come on, Kansas!
16 turnovers tonight for the Jayhawks, and that's been a huge part of the storyline in this one.
Only 6 in the first half.
It'll be Boogie Flan to inbound.
And Davis and Wagner are both, and Flan are all 80-plus free throw shooters.
And Flan will call timeout.
Now, Flan didn't run the baseline there, and he could have. He kind of stood in one place. You got to sprint. You can go anywhere you want on that baseline after a basket.
Arkansas still has the 1 timeout remaining. Kansas is out of timeouts. An Arkansas team that for much of the season lived life on the bubble, especially after starting the season in SEC play 0-5. starting to get healthy, starting to play a little bit better, and trying to punch their ticket to the second round.
You got to get this ball in bounds. You got to back screen somebody and then have the screener come back to the ball. That's the guy they always forget about in these situations. Because Kansas, they're loading up now to get a 5-second count or something.
Once again, Boogie Flan, the freshman, will inbound.
Run the baseline. Jeffrey Anderson just told him. Still not running. He's standing still.
And he uses another timeout.
Jeffrey Anderson just, you saw how he was pointing? He was saying, you can go side to side, and he just throws. Maybe they should have somebody else take it out. The kid hasn't played in so long. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, but that's a tough situation for a kid to be in, playing for the first time in 2 months.
Another look. And just stood there.
Just stood there. I mean, you could run the whole baseline.
And now Arkansas is out of timeouts.
And now is John Calipari telling, you wouldn't say this because it's negative. Like if they throw it away, do you foul them right away so they don't make a three? You know what I mean? But you don't want to say that. If you throw it away, you're going to foul. You know what I mean? It's not something you want to say as a coach. But
would you change the inbounder?
Yeah, I would. I would. He looked a little shaky. He's a good player. He's done great tonight. Let's just say that. The kid has been unbelievable. He hasn't played in so long, but that's a tough situation to be in. Against the press, 12 seconds to go, NCAA tournament. He was shaky on the baseline. That's how it looked to me. You can even throw, one of your teammates can even step out of bounds and you could throw him the ball and then step back in and throw. I mean, you could do a lot of things.
Well, this time he can't get bailed out with a timeout.
He changed it.
Arkansas is out, and it is Wagner who will inbound it.
I think that's a good move.
Wagner has played wire to wire tonight, has not come out.
And Jeff Anderson is telling him again. You see how he's pointing across the baseline?
Fland and Griffin were tied up in the lane. Anderson again tells the inbounder, this time Wagner, he can run.
Oh, I like what they just did there. That's the move.
Davis is fouled. Like that one.
You can step the guy out of bounds and do that.
And that was the 10th foul on Kansas. So it's 2 shots here for Arkansas. They need 1 to make it a 2-possession game. Arkansas has made each of its last 6 free throws.
They still have a foul to give, too. I would give it as soon as it comes to half court. Don't let them roll it. Gets to half court, foul.
Davis makes a pair. 10.4 to go.
You got a foul right there. Oh, they didn't.
Mayo puts up a deep 3. No good. Rebound to Arkansas with 2.9 on the clock. Told you, John Calipari told us it's been such a rewarding season, his first year at Arkansas, overcoming injuries and adversity. You got this sense in talking to him, it was enjoyable just to be here. You didn't think that this was a possibility in year 1 after the way the season started.
Listen, the guy did an unbelievable job at Kentucky. It was time. And now he's got a new breath of fresh air, kind of, and they played like it, I got to be honest with you.
This will be Kansas's first loss in the first round since 2006. Out of bounds with 0.8 on the clock. Inbound to Mayo, and that will do it. In a thriller, it's Calipari over Self. And Arkansas to the second round.
That was just an unbelievable game. In the first half, you had all transition. The second half became more half-score-wise. In the end, the turnovers for Kansas doomed them. Give credit to the Arkansas defense.
The Razorbacks closed the game on a 15-5 run. The end of the road for Hunter Dickinson and the Jayhawks. What a performance by Adu. He goes for 22 points, and it's possible that on Saturday it will be John Calipari against Rick Pitino. Coming up at 9:55 Eastern, St. John's in Omaha. But first, Evan with John Calipari.
Coach, congratulations. So many layers to that game. What do you appreciate most and how you won it?
That we gutted it out again. I mean, they went to a triangle and two. We had prepared for it, and we didn't know what we were doing. We went the zone, and I couldn't get guys in the middle until I put Jonas in the middle. So let me say this, I must not have prepared us for zone very well.
To be fair, they only ran it 7 times this season according to Lab.
Yeah, and let me say this, the out of bounds took us 3 to get it in. I don't care. Take 4 to get it in. Doesn't matter to me. We won the game.
Absolutely. Look, I understand it's round 1, but you've talked so much about how refreshing this year has been. The significance of rewarding and refreshing. The significance of this with this group.
Each of them, in their own way, were in a dark place. And the battle they had was with themselves. They had to get through that first. Then they've had to figure out they needed each other. And now they're one heartbeat. Guys are doing what they have to do. Don't care who plays. I played Boogie a lot of minutes for a kid that hadn't done practice or nothing, but we need to win the game.
You did. We enjoyed it. Thanks.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
24 minutes for Boogie Fland. I think he'll play even a few more on Saturday.
I think so.
Arkansas wins it and moves on to the second round. Tournament games continue now on TNT, TBS, and True TV. Coming up on CBS, it's Omaha against St. John's. We'll send you to our studio for Capital One Tournament Central right after these messages.